they bring that physicality. Thank you, David. You know, for a while, Smitty, there was some talk of eliminating conferences altogether. But the East has begun to turn things around. It's starting to emerge again.
You know, Kevin, me and you have been around a long time. It's going to always flip-flop back and forth. It was the East and it was the West. And I think right now the East is turning that corner. In a couple of years, it'll probably be the dominant conference. I like the way it is. I don't want to see them eliminate conferences.
I agree. Good point. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Ferguson in at the 3 slot. Zubac finds Beverley. Outside, George, 6 to shoot. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Now here's Paul. Pass to Ferguson from the arc. And Harkless pulls it down. Here's Leonard. That shot misses. Good work defensively by Paul. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Pass to Ferguson. Here's the 3. That one no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
It was a terrific performance we got a chance to watch. They got into a nice rhythm and made smart adjustments along the way.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
George passes to Leonard. Lets it fly from 18. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
The defense is right there. So what, Kawhi said, with the high release, he drops it over the top.
Knocked loose. Paul with the 3. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here is George. 11 points for him in that last game against the Spurs in San Antonio. They get it again. Beverley up top. The 3 ball. That shot no good. The Thunder have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. Ferguson the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Adams. Paul surveying the floor. Over Beverley. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And they scratched out a close win the last time these two teams met. I think their ability to attack and create foul trouble for the opposition was a real factor.
As long as they maintain that same aggressiveness, they should be in solid shape to come away victorious again.
So it's the Thunder now. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Here's George. The layup off target. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. The pass to Paul. Gallinari outside. Shot clock at 5. And the rejection by Zubac. And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Gilgeous-Alexander. He's around 18 points per game, 5 rebounds and 3 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
Lob pass to George.
And a funk this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
The shot by Harkless, no good.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
The shot's good. 7 points for Chris Paul. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
The Clippers last year, they scored well. Lacked a true superstar, but they were aggressive. Case in point, #1 in the league in free throw attempts.
And let's use this break to bring up the top scoring teams in the league so far this season. These are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. 5th, the Clippers.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Now here's Leonard. Boy, he was something else against San Antonio. And Smitty getting to the line most often for the Clippers last season. Lou Williams and Gallinari.
That combination was fascinating to watch. When you have guys who can score on all 3 levels and know how to draw fouls, that puts tremendous pressure on the defense.
2 shots.
And the first one drops.
I mean, those huge hands of Kawhi Leonard give him great control of the ball, very sparing with his turnovers.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And for Kawhi, he never seems like he's forcing the issue offensively.
I mean, he has studied the post games of Michael Jordan, and being able to score at all 3 levels has made the game easy. With his strength and his turnaround jumper, he can get his shot off with ease.
Now, here is Gallinari. Against Phoenix, he was really on his game. Just 2 to shoot, and it's Gallinari again missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
George with the ball. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Zubac kicks to Harkless. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And here's Leonard from 3. And the Clippers miss again. Oklahoma City's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander, another key contributor to that nice win against Phoenix.
Missed opportunity, wide open for mid-range. He would love to get that one back.
Pass to George. Outside Leonard. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name in the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his 2nd Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
The NBA champion, Finals MVP, Kawhi has done a lot in a short time.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Nader's checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Harrell's checked in. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Here's George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Pass to Harrell. Now the feed to Beverly. Now here's Leonard. He's guarded closely. Second shot opportunity, and he hits the jump shot. Leonard's got 8 points.
The decision-making of Leonard could have hit the roller, but already had the shot he wanted.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Gallinari passes to Paul to stop the drought, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Uh-oh, starting out in rhythm. That's 4 out of 5 he's hit, and we're only in quarter number 1.
George with the bounce pass. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Paul.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Adams outside. Here's Nader. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. The Clippers in the lead. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Another miss by Leonard. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Nader the pass to Paul. Takes it from 10. No good off the back of the rim.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. And the Thunder making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Williams, he's checked in for Harkless. Here's Beverly. 8 points his last outing. He dishes it to Williams. Now here's Leonard. Defense is right there. It's stolen by Adams. To the paint. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks it over to Schroeder. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Gallinari. Takes the 3. Drops in the tray. And the Thunder lead by 2.
Even though he does a lot of spot-up shooting, Gallinari can put the ball on the floor and create for himself.
Outside, George. They could use a bucket. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Steven Adams picks one up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup. Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Shoot 2.
Throw good, Paul George. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And George drops them both.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here.
More of a score-first point guard, but Schroeder doing a good job of finding the open man.
And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. Pass to Harrell. George looking over the floor. Outside Williams. Right through the D for the layup. Williams has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Because of his size, everyone tries to get physical with Lou, but he pays it no mind.
Here's Schroeder. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
The defense decides to gamble off him, and he cashes in.
Williams for 3. No good on that one. The Thunder leading by 3. Here's Schroeder. Great D that time from Green.
There is the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
There's the pass to Shamet. Tipped away. Passes it to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From downtown. Not going to go that time. And the Thunder going the other way now.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Schroeder against Harrell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
That one is off.
Dennis Schroeder, the 17th overall pick in 2013 out of Germany. He's got a flair you don't associate with European players.
Rodney McGruder's checked in for Los Angeles. And he sinks the second. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Williams' shot is off. It's stolen by Green. Knocked away. Here's Nader. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Thunder lead by 6. 43 seconds left here in the opening quarter. On the wing, Green. Pass to Shamet. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Magruder. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. 23 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Nader. Kicks it to Noel. Schroeder outside. And there's the pass to Burton. Offline with his 3. A big-time effort for Chris Paul, providing a lot of energy for Oklahoma City. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We come back right after this. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me in my darkest days. I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They just been the better team so far.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So the Thunder 5 right now. Nerlens Noel is out there with Muscala. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Bazley in at the 3. So it's the Thunder now, following the three-point attempt by Lou Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Schroeder, and again Oklahoma City with the triple.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Clippers trail by 10. Shamet with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Ferguson's checked in for Noel. Passes it to Shamet. Harrell with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Schroeder. And the rejection by Harrell. Here's Ferguson. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Burton, no good. Left side, Williams. It's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. Los Angeles making a switch here. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Harrell. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And a strong bench gives you the flexibility to bring someone in and exploit a certain matchup.
Now, here's Shamet. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Clock at 6. Pass to man. Inside. Trying to end the drought. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Well, Steve, it's expected that we'll eventually allow 18-year-olds to enter the NBA draft. You're a proud Michigan State alum. Are you concerned players may miss something by choosing to skip the college experience?
You know, Kevin, in this situation, for sure, there are some players that I would say is going to make some mistakes and maybe come out too early and not be ready. But I think we have to allow them to have these decisions and not have these decisions taken away from them. I love college, but there are some guys that are just ready to go play in the NBA, just like other areas of life. When you're ready, you're ready.
Chris Paul's checked in for Burton. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Los Angeles. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Shot clock at 6. Harrell, the pass to Shamet. It's tipped. Here's the floater. And the layup's good off the glass. Bazley's got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder.
With the basketball in hand, no one is more patient than Paul. Waits for his man to break free.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Here's Harrell. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Spurs in San Antonio. Harkless the pass to man. 6 to shoot. Harkless finds Harrell. Shoots over Schroeder. Off the left rim and out.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. So it's the Thunder now, after the three-pointer from Mo Harkless. Pass to Ferguson. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And Leonard has it in the corner. And another three for the Clippers.
Feeling that one all the way. Leonard lethal in the catch-and-shoot game.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Oklahoma City. They've led by as much as 10. The pass to Schroeder. Back to Paul. No good that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Mann passes to Harkless. Left side, Leonard. Fades. Rebound by Muscala.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Ferguson kicks to Paul. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Magruder. Feeds to Leonard. Shoots over Schroeder. Again, Los Angeles.
He is in the zone tonight. Kawhi is carrying this offense.
Oklahoma City's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Schroeder passes to Muscala. Paul for 3. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip. 5 for 10.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
Now Harrell. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Passes to Magruder. Now Harrell. Shoots over Schroeder. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Harrell.
Well, here's the thing. We're used to Montrezl Harrell scoring around the bucket. Now he gets it done from the mid-range.
And first timer of the game called for Oklahoma City.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Both teams deciding to change it up. When these players get to the free throw line, it's nearly automatic. The 2K leaderboards show us this month's free throw shooting percentage leaders. 5th on the list, Chris Paul.
And during that time, guys, he's been an absolute dead-eye shooter from the free throw line. His concentration just never wavers.
Here's Nader. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Zubac against Adams. Paul, no one around him. And it comes off the front of the rim. Now here's Beverly. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Beverly dishes to Leonard. That shot off the mark. Adams, some nice D. Here's Nader. Pass to Paul. Here's Nader. Defended by Beverly. Adams against Leonard. Adams' shot is off.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 1.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at Los Angeles, holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far. And of course, there's the Thunder. They find themselves in the 7th spot.
And I think for Oklahoma City, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
I thought this might happen. Confidence can take you a long way, but you also have to have the talent to back it up.
And that one's good. Beverly.
And made only about a quarter of their shots in the first. Totally flat, but they bounced back and built the lead here with a much better second quarter.
All up top, defended by Beverly. Shot to stop the run. And the rejection by Zubac.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Leonard. George trying to break free. And Leonard gets it to go. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead. Oklahoma City has gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Well, Ivica Zubac may not block a lot of shots, but Smitty, he is still a solid defender.
What Zubac does is a great job of challenging players at the rim and provides great help from the weak side. He does rack up a lot of defensive fouls, but hopefully that decreases with time.
Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. Lou Williams has checked in for the Clippers. And so here is Oklahoma City. 6-point game. Ball against Leonard. Fires the 3. The shot that time not on target.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Williams against Gallinari. They need this one. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Takes a 3, and there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Leonard. Leonard's got his 3rd assist on the night. Thunder trailing by 9. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Noel trying to break loose. A shot by Paul, no good.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And he recovers it. Outside, George launches a 3. That one's in. Only his 4th make against 9 total shots.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the 3 at a ridiculous rate.
Down low. And it's sent back by Leonard. Outside, George. He kicks to Williams. Six on the shot clock. Poked away. Gallinari with the steal. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Gallinari. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
When you're talking about Gallinari, he's always been a solid three-point shooter. Very consistent over the course of his career.
Knocks it loose and stolen by Noel. And so we conclude the first half. Clippers lead by 9. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed, just with more intensity. I mean, my teammates are getting me involved on the offensive end. I'm playing great on defense. We just got to keep it up second half and not let it up.
Hey, Kawhi, thank you very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. In the second quarter, they turned on the afterburners, making a big charge to jump ahead and build a 9-point lead for themselves at halftime. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. You got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
And over to Kenny. Your thoughts on the Thunder?
Well, the differential in rebounding was huge. And it goes back to the fundamentals, blocking out and just maintaining position. Instead, they went to the lazy man's route, flying in the air, trying to steal rebounds. Well, that didn't work. No one is going to give you an easy rebound. They need to show some fight.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
It's a part of his game that he can always tap into. There's an art to it, and he is painting the canvas tonight.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Thunder trailing by 9. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Mo Harkless. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the 1.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by George. Ferguson for 3.
You look at Kawhi's work ethic on defense, he's perfected the art.
Beverly against Paul. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That's his first foul. And here is Adams. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Paul George with the steal. And George with the stuff.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Paul passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. The 15-footer. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds in the game. George, that's a two-pointer, and it's good off the back rim and in. And now an 11-point Clipper lead.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Hall, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd assist on the night. Beverly looking around. Harkless the pass to George. Beverly with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Here's George, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And it looks like they left their defensive effort back in the locker room, guys. They just haven't had the same commitment here defensively in the second half.
Knocked away. Gallinari finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Gallinari. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And perhaps the most shocking news of the NBA offseason, Greg, the trade of Paul George. Nobody saw that coming.
Took a ransom of draft picks to get him off the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard recruited him to join him on the Clippers, and Paul obliged by demanding a trade. Came together quickly and caused a major power shift in the West.
That free throw good from George. Steve, we've heard Commissioner Adam Silver broach the idea of a mid-season tournament. How that would be structured, I don't know. But do you think that could possibly work?
You know, I think it's a possibility, Kevin. One, I think you definitely have to have the season shortened to 75 games, 68 games. I think you have to do it on the back end of the All-Star break because we know so much as far as the calendar. When can you fit this in? Maybe 3 or 4 days after the All-Star game during that week. Expand that time off of maybe 3 or 4 days. It's possible.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
This guy is killing you, and so far I haven't seen a good adjustment defensively.
And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Harrell.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Burton. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And the pass to Harkless. George double-teamed. Clock at 6. And that one's good. Shamet. And the Clippers lead by 16.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Passes it to Burton. And just miss after miss right now.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
The shot by George, no good.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
Schroeder looking over the floor. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. Kicks to Harrell. Pass to Shamet. Right side Leonard. George against Schroeder. George, no good. Under trailing by 16. Ferguson, the pass to Schroeder. Alinari on the wing. Pass to Ferguson. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. It's deflected.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's George. 8 for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
And Adams kicks it over to Schroeder. Out to the right wing. 5 on the clock. Will it go? And that one's good. Burton's got his first 2 points.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
The pass to Leonard. Lets it fly from 18. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Burton, the pass to Adams. Schroeder outside. Passes it to Ferguson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Wednesday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Saturday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz.
And you know, for that Pistons game, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
To the middle, Paul George with the steal. And now the fast break, George with the ball. And he gets it to go. Shamet's got 5 points so far.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets. And despite a fair amount of turnover, the Clippers have made the playoffs 7 out of the last 8 years.
I am so surprised. When you lose Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan, you expect a complete rebuild. But the team stayed competitive throughout, and now they're well positioned into the future. It was a busy rookie season for Landry Shamet. He got off to a hot start in Philadelphia, but was traded near the deadline to the Clippers, slotted in as a starter there, and looked great.
A different look for the Clippers. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Harkless. Rodney McGruder comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Williams in for George. Noel passes to Baisley. Schroeder with the ball. He's got 7. 6 to shoot. And that one's good. Noel. And last year for Shamet, even with the trade from Philadelphia, still very productive.
Reason why the shooting from outside is what jumps out at you. Rarely do you ever see a rookie come in and shoot over 40% from deep like Shamet did.
Clippers moving the ball around. Now Harrell. Williams for three. He can't get that one to fall.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Here's Ferguson. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul.
Get open, get open.
Pass to Baisley. 6 on the shot clock. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Lou Williams.
And the first few seasons in the NBA, not an easy time for Terrence Ferguson. The Young Wings have their ups and downs, but the franchise still very much believes in his talent.
It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Ferguson, the fans can be hard on him. They're expecting more. But, Greg, it's going to take time for him.
You know, Ferguson has already made big strides with his defense. The shot and consistency will come, but the fans will have to be patient with him.
So he gets them both. Los Angeles leading by 18. And here is Shamet. He's got 5. Pass to Green. It's rebounded by Schroeder. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. And that game concludes a 5-game homestand.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Green. No points in the game yet for him. Outside Williams. And the Clippers miss again.
Well, so far, this cold night from the field has not affected their ability to maintain this lead.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Steve, there are certain players, as we know, who can really back you up and get you on your heels, and then they hit the brakes and they hit you with a pull-up jumper. Very tough to defend.
Kevin, you said it best. Being able to hit the brakes and stop on a dime, I think is James Harden, Steph Curry, C.J. McCollum, Kyrie Irving. Those are some of those names where guys can go in fast pace, fast motion, then stop and pull up and be on balance and knock down the shot.
Los Angeles leading by 13. Man passes to Williams. Outside, Green. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
The Thunder have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And it's Paul in for Dennis Schroeder. For Los Angeles, they've gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Nader. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can be a game changer on the defensive end. Has very good instincts for staying in front of guys.
Here's Beverly. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Well, you talk about someone who's an absolute piranha on defense, and that is Patrick Beverly. Gives you no room to get comfortable and is a thorn in his assignment side.
First free throw is good. And Smitty, with Beverly and his defense, it's not like he turns it on or off.
Nope, he's always going full speed on defense. It's been his calling card as a player for years now, and it's what he's made his name on in the NBA.
Mike Muscala is checked in for the Thunder. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Zubac is checked in for Harrell.
Patrick Beverly is a tone setter, someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
Paul passes to Muscala. Back to Paul. 5 to shoot. He lobs it up. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Clippers leading by 8. Williams with the ball. He has 5. Outside, Green. 55 seconds left in the third quarter. There's the pass to Zubac. Here's Mann. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Clippers lead by 10.
And you can sense them just starting to squeeze and shrink this lead a little bit.
Count that bucket. Paul's got 18 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pass to Beverly. Here's Zubac on the money with the open jumper.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Beverly against Paul. We've got 13 seconds left in the third. From deep three-point range, the shot no good. And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. Back to the action after this word. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Hey, listen, let's sustain it now and let's put our foot down with more discipline and more focus right now, okay? All right, stay down, communicate, and talk right now.
Preaching consistency, obviously. Billy Donovan likes a lot of what he's seeing out there and doesn't want them to let up.
Yeah, and he mentioned discipline. I think that's key through this next stretch. Minimize your mistakes.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. Then it's Mike Muscala. Then there's Nerlens Noel. And it's Nader in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. This one for 3. Connects from three-point range. Nader's got it back down to single digits for the Thunder.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Wasted no time on that one. Leonard's got 21 in the game.
Stop it on a dime. Kawhi showing good body control on that pull-up.
Paul with the 3. And the Thunder another 3.
A much different player here in the second half. He's taking advantage of what the defense allows.
Williams inside. He kicks it to Harkless. The 15-footer. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Muscala's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Nader. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
The feed now to Williams. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here.
Trying to finish out the game strong, you have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Paul. A floater, and he sinks the layup. Paul's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
And it has them in a great spot to take the lead. They love to get a few stops now at the other end.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
And Smitty, as his rookie season wore on, Gilgeous-Alexander looked more and more comfortable.
Yes, his scoring is mostly near the basket as he's still working on that outside shot. But it's easy to see why this team is so high on him and sees him as a big part of their future.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick and Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable of with his length.
Well, he is just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
And yes, it's good.
The evolution of Leonard's game, making things happen with the dribble drive.
Pass to Muscala. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
I would have loved to hear the coach's speech because they really took heed to it. Like you said, both teams playing at a different pace.
To the inside, George. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Ferguson's checked in. Throw good, Paul George.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Paul against Beverly. Paul passes to Adams. Back to Paul. The three. No good there. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. Now the pass to Zubac. George with the bounce pass. Here's Leonard, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Leonard's got 12 points here in the second half.
And he's coming up big here in the clutch.
Passes to Ferguson. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Ahead. And Mo Harkless, the basket on the assist from Leonard. Leonard's got 6 assists in the game. Thunder trailing by 10. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by George. Beverley against Paul. Shot clock at 6. Back to Gallinari. Deep. Paul George grabs the miss. George has got 5 rebounds tonight. Got a piece of it. Pass to Leonard. And Beverley kicks to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Shot from the top of the key. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And now a 12-point Los Angeles lead. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Over to the left wing. A fader. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. The 3 from George. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Fires from deep. Good on the 3-point shot. George has got 16 here in the second half.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
I mean, defensively, if you have any hope of coming back in this game, you can't afford to give him those looks.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Chris Paul. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Tight defense on him. 6 to shoot. Stolen by George. The pass to Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 9th assist in the game now. Thunder trailing by 17. To end the cold streak. The Thunder with another miss. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Harkless dishes to Leonard. Knocked loose. Schroeder with the ball. George picks him up. Gallinari passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Kicks it to Schroeder. Gallinari left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries it from 19. The Clippers grab the miss. Leonard's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's George. It's hauled in by Adams. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. To the wing on the left. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
It's not a quick shot release, but it's high and smooth. Shea with the defender in his face.
Passes it to Leonard. And Adams sends it back. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. And a miss there on the triple.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
It's stolen by Schroeder. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. And he finishes the break with a lay-in.
What an athlete, Dennis Schroeder. He's a problem when he's out on the break.
And the Clippers call time here. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Gallinari, very unselfish, draws a lot of defensive attention, which often leads to open teammates.
Pass to George. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. From the baseline. And no good. So the Thunder will take it the other way.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with a chance to win.
On defense, the Clippers. 13-point lead. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. And that'll be his third foul so far. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Adams. Clock at 6. Stolen by Beverley. He kicks it to Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. No good that time. Thunder trailing by 13. Schroeder outside. Here's Ferguson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And he can't hit the second. Clippers leading by 12. Here's Leonard. And he makes good on the layup. Leonard's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Attacking, trying to get good looks. Give Kawhi credit. He finds one.
Schroeder against Beverley. Gallinari outside. Stolen by Zubac. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And here's Beverley. He feeds it to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Ferguson with the rebound. Ferguson's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Schroeder, and they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Dennis has put a lot of work into his jumper. Pulled that one off nicely.
And clearly we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Los Angeles.
This has got to feel good. I mean, they never counted themselves out when they were down earlier, and they not only muscled their way back into the game, but wow, they're in a position, shockingly, to win this one easily.
It's all about the will to win. You have to admire the perseverance, never doubting one another, having that trust in your coaches. And I really like what we've seen here tonight. Boy, did they earn it.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.